guys, it's Davis.
And it's Zach. This is kind of whack.
Welcome back to the podcast where Zach and I talk about crap for an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, whatever.
It's like, hey, what do you want to talk about? I don't know.
Yeah. Usually we come up with something.
Well,
yeah.
Most
I mean, the last two have been pretty good. This week, this will be posted. At least the audio version will be posted on Sunday,
which be
is
Father's Day.
Father's Day.
Yes.
So we're gonna be talking about
Father's Day.
Fathers
Is that what we decided?
or something.
Can't remember.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about our fathers.
Dude,
I guess.
Dude, Dad. Hey, man.
It's not like they're gonna watch this.
No.
Or listen to this. I mean, I'm gonna talk about my trip to Cleveland that happened this week because it was with my father. It wasn't necessarily for Father's Day, but it was just me and my father. It was more like I'm leaving home, so let's hang out.
Yes.
For a few days in another location.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah, let's go.
Well,
yeah,
my dad's like sad that I'm leaving home
to
go to college.
Okay, no,
so
I see what you mean.
So he's just like, let's go on a trip together. And I was like,
our favorite rocket ship.
Sounds fun. Zooming through the sky.
Damn straight.
I don't know what you're going to talk about that has to do with your father, but you'll come up with something while I'm talking.
Yeah.
So that our transitions are good. I was given the feedback that our transitions are not good.
I mean, they're not really transitions. They're more
sometimes
stumbling episodes from one conversation to another.
Yeah. And some of them are good. Hey, we've gotten good we've gotten people saying that some of the episodes are good.
Some of them are okay.
Some of them are better than others, of course.
This is true. But I will say that our transitions are probably the weakest part of.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Because we just sit there and we're like, yeah, okay, now I've thought of something.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
I don't know. Maybe I should edit these videos more. Probably not.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever. People don't watch this anyway. Or listen to this anyway.
I'll have you know that we have 6 consistent viewers
on YouTube. We've actually hit like 300 plays on Anchor.
Really?
Of like, yeah.
That
I don't know where they take
me.
it. I think they take it from all the places that our podcast is on.
That makes sense.
But I think a lot of it is either on Anchor or Spotify. I think that's where they can get stats easiest.
Right.
So,
that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and if Apple wasn't stupid, I could get our account there.
Just Apple, man.
Well, the problem, obviously Apple's not stupid, but we're recording on an iPhone. You have an iPhone.
This is the new Samsung Galaxy Mini.
It's funny because a lot of people are like, I'm going to transition to Samsung after Sam came out. And it was just like funny to me.
Yeah, it's like marketing.
I'm not that into it. Like into like the point where I'm going to switch. Yeah,
it's a good marketing scheme just for publicity, but it's not like, oh my God, it's a hot assistant. I need to have this phone now.
I know. If you haven't heard about this, I guess we'll give some context.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard about this, Samsung released their virtual assistant.
Yeah.
Sam, who I'm hearing so many different things about. Just because I'm hearing so many conflicting things, like the fact that she's trans, but we don't know if it's trans guy or trans girl. There's
wait, is that canon though, or
well, I think that's what Samsung Twitter said.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if that's canon because I keep seeing conflicting things because some people are like, no, it's probably fake. Some people are like, yeah, that's true. Anyway, a lot of people think she's very attractive.
Yes.
And so people were like, I'm going to switch to Galaxy because they're going to add this. It's like, Siri's useless, but like, come on. And switching just because of this.
Siri doesn't have a face. I think that's part of the issue.
They should give her a face.
That would be interesting.
You know the circle icon? That's like you pop it up.
Wait, are you saying that's Siri?
Yeah, that's Siri. No, but I'm saying they should put a face there that like moves. They already have Face ID.
This is true.
Like the Animoji things. Why don't they just like animate what she's saying?
Yeah, that would they'd probably have to come up with some type of it shouldn't be I mean, it would take time, but I'm
you
sure
could
that's
probably,
possible.
or maybe they could make it so you can create the face that you see.
People would probably go for.
Yeah, because you could then make it anybody you want. You can make it Morgan Freeman for all you care.
Dude, if I could make it Morgan Freeman and then there's probably a download to make Siri Morgan Freeman voice-wise.
Oh man, I
would totally have my Siri be Morgan Freeman.
That'd be hilarious.
That would
I mean, hearing that voice just every time you pop up.
The weather today is 74 degrees.
Or but you could make
like,
it like anybody. I would enjoy this.
That would be good. Apple, do it.
I think the hardest thing would be getting to the mouth to say all the words,
especially because it's so like just text.
Well, but what it could do is only say the beginning stuff. Like you turn it on and it's like, what do you want? And it says that kind of thing, like the regular thing that it says, but it moves there. And then after you ask it something, she's just like, let me think on it, and then changes to the wall of text and then reads it like that.
Yeah, that would probably be better.
Something like that, because you don't need the virtual person there all the time. You just want to see a face till it feels like you're talking to somebody.
Okay, you're right.
You see? I don't know.
It'd probably make it way easier.
Apple, hit me up.
The A makes the shape with the mouth, so we gotta tweak it so that
They could probably do that.
It would be so buggy though.
They said that they were fixing the voice on its own.
I mean, the Siri voice on its own is already a problem.
Sometimes. Now, I will say it's sometimes, like in a lot of situations, it sounds a lot more realistic, but there are definitely, when it's reading a full Wikipedia page, there are definitely moments where it's choppy.
Well, part of it is Siri doesn't breathe. Like she doesn't.
Yeah,
she doesn't pause between sentences. Basically,
she gives like a half a second pause, like no more.
Yeah,
like,
it's just
there's a tiny pause, and it's like there's no breathing.
It's true. That's the thing that makes it so like, this is a robot.
Yeah, which is fair. But like, would you want a breathing sound?
I wouldn't want a breathing sound, but they could probably add like a pause, like random generator.
After a few sentences, you just like
that, or maybe make it like between the different sentences, they add it so that the pause time is like X and then plus or minus random each thing, makes it a little more organic.
Maybe, but you'd probably have to be like after a certain number of periods.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
Otherwise she'd just stop in the middle of a sentence. She's just like ba-da-da. Okay,
yeah, that'd be worse.
It's like, Siri, are you broken?
You good, Fab?
What happened? Okay. Now that we've talked about that for a while, let's go to
Father's Day.
Let's go to Father's Day.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I guess Monday actually, okay, I can talk about this. Okay, so on Monday we were supposed to leave. We're recording this on Friday, just to give a little curtain behind the curtain.
Behind the scenes.
The Monday before this is posted, unless this is posted on a Monday.
I
don't know when this is gonna be posted.
Okay.
Because long story, but anyway, the audio version will be out on Sunday. Anyway, so yeah, this Monday, the past Monday. Yep, we were gonna go on a plane to Cleveland.
A plane.
And it was gonna be
Cleveland.
It's a connection flight, so we have two planes.
Okay. Yeah,
and it was gonna be from here to Baltimore to Cleveland.
That's like what?
So it's like 2 hours.
2 hours.
It's like 1 hour flight, 1.5 hour flight, something like that. And we were like, great, that's fine. Connections are chill.
They're pretty easy flights too, not that long.
Yeah, not long. Well, something changed.
Oh.
And here's what happened. We get a call, or no, a text or something like that. That's like,
a notification.
Your plane has been delayed.
Oh no.
To 7 o'clock or something like that. So that's a 2 hour long wait.
Okay, so you were supposed to leave at 5, and then it pushed to 7.
Right. And we were like...
Is that in the morning or in the
night?
Evening? At night, okay.
Yeah, so completely fine. We were like, that's okay. I think our second flight was at 8 or 9.
That's kind of cutting it close.
So, like, yeah, but I mean, we were just going to go... I mean, it's all Southwest, so we were just going to go to the next terminal, and it was going to be close, but it was going to be okay. Then we get another call. or texts or whatever, and they're like, your plane has been delayed to 10 o'clock. And we're like, so you're saying that our second flight is going to leave before our first flight? That's not how that works. That's not good.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a 5-hour delay total.
Yeah, something crazy like that. And we were like, this ain't going to work. Because I think our original flight was at 7, so it must have been something like it moved to 8.
Okay.
Because we had to leave at 5. Everything's mixing in my head. But we had to leave at 5 to get there at 7 because our flight was about 7:15 or something like that. And then it got moved to 8, and then it got moved to 10.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So the other flight we were not going to make because it was going to be at 8 or 9 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, well, okay, now let's call them because we have to. Call them. And they're like, please wait on hold.
Oh, dude, customer service sucks for airplane stuff.
Okay. So then they're like, we will get back to you in 80 minutes. And we're like, hold up. Did you just say 80 minutes? Did you just... We were like, 80 minutes? That's not the worst part. We kept getting these things every like 2 minutes or 5 minutes or something like that. Every time, they'd be like, you're now 86 minutes. You're at 90 minutes. I think the lowest it ever got was 66 minutes. And it just kept going like up, down, up, down, up, down. The highest it ever got was like 95 or something like crazy.
Yeah, you're not moving anywhere.
And we're like,
yeah, no.
But here's the thing. We had to go to dinner. So what we did is I gave my dad my AirPods and he put one in and he put one in. And we were like, we're going to go to dinner. And if they answer, he can hear it. But we're not going to have it on speakerphone the entire time.
Yeah,
And he's not going to hold it the entire time. So.
Hold on, yeah.
He's like, and he got wings too. So it was just a mess. It was just a big mess. After he ordered them, he was like, I shouldn't have ordered those. I'm going to have to pick up this phone and it's going to be a mess. Well, he gets a call about 2 hours in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
2 hours.
It's like, yeah.
He's not happy right now.
I mean, I wouldn't be.
No. And he's stern with this lady.
Yeah.
And I think she freaks out a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
I think he's stern with her because he's a little angry, and he tells it as he was yelling at her. That's just a little over. That's just to make it funny. But like, yeah, he was just yelling at her. No, but he I think he did scare her, because I don't blame him. You know,
I mean, that's a 2-hour
rough.
wait on the phone for a flight that got pushed like 3 hours.
So then we wait for another hour. And then finally we can talk to the people. And they're like, it's been canceled. Everything's been canceled. The entire airport has been canceled. We're like, what? So here's what happened. We were like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So we had to book a flight for 6 a.m., which sucks. Oh man, I hate that because I had to get up at 4:45, and it was just the worst. I hate being up that early. And my friend was like, "You should just like stay up all night." And I was like, "No, I want at least some sleep. I got 5 hours, which is pretty good. I went to bed at 11, and I got up about 4:30, so about 5 hours. That's pretty good." I'm horrible at sleeping on planes when I know that they're only going to be an hour long, because I'm just like, we're going to be down in a second. I might as well just watch this show.
Right.
But then continuing, we got up at that horrible time. We I forget this. Our other family so my stepmom's sisters are there, and we have to take one of them to the airport as well. We go to I guess step grandfather's house. My stepmom's father. We go to his house. His house is literally like 3 minutes away though. Like he lives right like super close. And we show up, no lights are on. We're just like, oh no. She's asleep. But I will give her this. She got up and dressed the fastest time I've ever seen anybody.
Oh yeah.
Literally under 5 minutes. Like so quick.
Damn.
Just out. I was so impressed. So yeah, I'm miserable. And then but after that it was fine. We got on the plane. We got there about I don't know. I guess we probably got there about 9 or 10. So not horrible. And then we got a rental car, which was cool. And then we drove. It's funny because we were gonna get breakfast at the airport, like in between flights, but everywhere was closed, but like Starbucks.
I mean, hey,
but
Starbucks
the line was down the hall.
Yeah, it's Starbucks, and it's the only place open.
There were other Starbucks, but they were closed because nothing. It was like 8:00, and I don't think anything opens until like 9 or 10.
Interesting.
I don't know why, except for like the Starbucks and the Chick-fil-A. I can't eat at Chick-fil-A. So
what? Why? I wonder. Why is
I don't know. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
So we were just like, but we saw a vending machine that had Pop-Tarts in it and chocolate milk, and we were like, that's good enough for now. So we had a little snack, and then when we got there, we got the rental car, and then we drove. We were heading toward the hotel, but what actually happened is we were like, let's stop, and we found a Denny's. And ate at a Denny's. Oh man, dude, I've never been more. Not terrified, but like
terrified.
Not terrified, but like nobody was
weirded out.
Weirded out, I think. Yeah, nobody was wearing masks. Or they were wearing masks, but they were wearing them here. And it's like, yes, that's how you wear one.
Magic.
And it was like, and they were like, we walk in and these people are like talking about something. And it was like this woman, another woman, and a guy. And they were all complaining about society. And I was like, did we just walk into Karen Central? No, like their job and like the government.
Oh.
And I was like, did we just walk into Karen Central right now? Like, what happened? Where did we just teleport to another land? It was funny. Then we got seated, and it was fine after that. I got a big breakfast. I got strawberry, banana, and blueberry pancakes. Like,
strawberry, banana, blueberry.
Yeah.
That's like a lot of
Or
berry.
it was blueberry pancakes with strawberry and banana on top.
Okay. Yeah.
And whipped cream.
I was like, that's a lot of ingredients in a pancake.
No. Yeah, I just explained it in reversed order.
I see.
And so it didn't sound right. But it came also with hash browns and eggs.
That's a big breakfast right there.
Yeah. That trip I had some big breakfasts. It was good. After that, we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which was sick.
Yeah.
That was awesome because we got to see all the names that were on because there's like a room with like all of the people that have been nominated, that have been put in there. I can't remember what the current nominees were, but I had like never heard of them. Like the people who just got in now, I like had never heard of them except like one song by one of them. And I was like, are they running out of people? Matchbox 20 is gonna maybe be nominated this year.
But they're not really rock though.
No, but they're a band that influenced rock music.
I guess.
I mean, some of their songs are very rock forward, I think. But
fair enough.
There were people in there like, okay, there were, to get nominated, it had to be 25 years after your first commercial single.
Okay. Yeah.
And their first was 2006, so or something like that.
That wouldn't have been 25 years then.
I can't remember, but it was 25 years. I can't remember when it was released, but it was 25 years ago. And we were just like, I hope that they get nominated. Because we were just trying to think of bands in general. I mean, to be fair, there were bands like Yes, which makes sense. That they're very, but they wouldn't. I don't know if depends on the song, I guess. But it's like there were people there that like a lot of the early influencers were like bluegrass players and that kind of thing. Which
that makes sense. Yeah,
the things which I think is like the category. The like it all depends. I can't remember a ton of specifics, other than like ones that make sense, like Aerosmith.
Oh God, yeah.
Metallica, or no, not Metallica. Was Metallica there? I don't know. If
They're about as rock and roll as they get.
Yeah, I know, but I don't. I think they were. There was Yes. There was ELO, which I wouldn't say ELO is that rocky every now and again.
They're pretty rocky.
Sometimes, yeah. There was other things.
Kiss, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, they were on there. There was AC/DC, of course. A ton of like make sense names.
A lot of classics, yeah.
But then there were some on there where I was like, that's definitely a choice. There were a few where you would like know like 4 songs, and I was like, okay. There were also a lot of names that I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I can't remember them.
That's fair.
But
That's fair.
there were things like the Who, of course, and the Eagles, and all that stuff. Great stuff. There was also an exhibit called The Wall, which was like a Pink Floyd thing.
Ooh.
Which was like
because was it them that did Another Brick in the Wall, or was that
I don't know. But there was a wall, and it had it had a thing on there talking about I can't remember which person it was in the band, but one of them like realized that he wasn't enjoying, he was just numb to the whole experience of being famous, and he had to step back and take some musical risks to, I guess, what's the word, like kind of like enjoy it more.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like playing show after show and doing the same thing, and like,
to be proud of his work.
Famous. Yeah. Yes, you're famous, but I don't feel great, even though I am famous.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. It was weird. I wonder if I can pull up an image. Lap that on the screen where there was like a huge alien guy on there. I think it's based off of something. Did they do an album that was like about a wall, like Off the Wall or something? I don't know if that was an album. I don't know. This is
because you know the song "Another Brick in the Wall."
But I don't listen to Pink Floyd all that often.
They had some good stuff. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I feel terrible.
We are horrible. But yeah, stuff like that. It was cool. I don't know, but yeah, it was just really cool. Because we also got to learn about the history of rock and see like a ton of like guitars and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There was a 12-string bass in there.
Bass?
Yeah. So that had, 12-string guitar?
Yeah.
Where it's double strings.
Mm-hmm.
It was triple strings.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was 4 strings, but it was 2 octave ones.
So was it like 2 octaves up, or an octave up and an octave down?
So it was the regular.
Yeah.
And then I think it was 1 octave up for both of them. And I think I'm not sure.
Because that's a range.
But that's what
half.
they looked like.
Okay.
They looked like that it had, but you don't play them individually. You play them all at the same time.
Well, yeah,
and
but
it gives that orchestral sound, which was what they were going for. I don't remember who did it. I suck. But that's
an instrument right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was cool.
How thick was that neck?
I don't remember. I took a picture of it, I think.
Because like it's like tripled up, but that's still bass necks aren't thin.
No.
Because the strings are
I bet
thick.
it was about as wide as my 6-string.
Oh, really?
Maybe a bit thicker than that, but this way. I'm talking about not this way.
Okay.
This way. It was probably about the same size. It might be bigger than that, but you can't. But the strings were smaller. They weren't all the same size.
Yeah.
That's how you get that octave. So I don't know, but it was cool though. There were a lot of cool guitars. There was a whole Michael Jackson thing, as well as an entire Prince spot. And a few other things that were just really cool. There were some bands that I for sure hadn't heard of, but I don't know every band, even the really famous ones.
Oh yeah.
But my dad was like, "You don't know that band? You don't know that band?" I was like, "Yeah, some bands I just don't know. I'm sorry.
They had to have an Elvis section, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They had an entire Elvis. They had his car, or not his car. Okay, this is cool. They had a video about Elvis, and right under it was a 3-wheel motorcycle. There were only 3 of those ever made.
Interesting.
That were all custom by him, and he drove them. And there was one there. And it was really cool. So,
wow. Interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting, but it was also interesting to hear about him, because I do know about him, obviously, but
I mean, yeah, it's Elvis.
But I don't know everything, so it was just cool to learn more stuff. There was a lot though, so we definitely missed some stuff, and it's like one of those exhibits where you got to go back someday.
Oh yeah.
And the 6th floor was
6th floor.
There were 6 floors, yeah. But it's a pyramid, so they get smaller and smaller. Well, that's what I thought too. I was like, we're on the 1st floor and it's this massive. How is it going to be when we're on the 6th floor? And he was like, it's pyramid. I was like, oh that makes sense.
Brain.
But the 6th floor wasn't active because of COVID. There was a theater that wasn't going because of COVID. And the 2nd story wasn't going for whatever reason.
Okay, so it was only 1, 3, and
1, 3, 4, 5.
1, 3, 4, 5.
4 or 5?
One of them had the theater, right?
Well, no,
Or was the theater
because
separate?
theater was just a part of one of them. So half of that floor was still good. And I think it was one of the smaller floors anyway. But the 4 or 5 had all the names and stuff, and yeah, it was just really cool. There was a lot of good stuff up there. So that was cool. And then after that, we went to the hotel to chill for a while because we had been going since 4 a.m. And then after that, we went to a Cleveland Indians game, baseball.
Interesting.
It was really cool. We only stayed until the 7th inning or so, or something like that, because we just got tired. Okay. Now that I've talked about all the things that I've done that day, that game was really cool, by the way. It's something that I haven't done in a long time, go see
a baseball game,
sporting event or anything, especially a baseball event. I haven't been to one of those in a long time.
They're
so
fun.
It was just cool. Now we get to the part about it that I didn't like.
Oh boy.
About all the things. We were the minority in mask wearing. Minority. In the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame specifically, I swear I saw 5 or to 10 besides us.
How many people total do you think there were? Just guesstimate.
Of all the people there? Just
total,
in general?
and then, yeah.
Oof. There were a lot of people.
We talking 100 plus?
I would guess 100 plus. Because there were people in the dining. There were people in the other floors that I couldn't even count. And just in the 1st floor, the biggest floor alone, there were a ton of people.
Mm-hmm.
And we were the minority in mask wearing. It was just, I am terrified. I know that the CDC is it's probably fine. But I'm still not comfortable walking around without a mask on with other people that I have no idea if they're vaccinated or not.
Yeah.
I have no idea. And I know that I have lower risk because I'm vaccinated. But
it's not just about
only 33% of the people in our country are vaccinated.
Yeah. And so, I think what, for full immunity, we need like 70 or 80%?
I think it was 66. It was like 2/3.
It was definitely above 50. That's all I know.
I think it was like 2/3 or something like that. And I'm just like, we're screwed in the winter if this continues. We're screwed because summer is when numbers are always low. The flu is never as bad. The colds are never as bad. The allergies are bad, but you know what I mean?
Different. Because part of the thing is in the winter, people aren't going outside. They're staying together. They're doing indoor events huddled together.
And also, like, viruses just like the cold more.
Oh, yeah.
That too. So it's just like, I am terrified for our country in the next few months.
There very well could be a resurgence, but I'm hoping that vaccination numbers will continue to go up.
Well,
and it'll be at a point where it might not like make it not happen, but if it'll happen, and then it'll be like not quite as big since there's a decent amount of people at that point.
My worry is that in the winter we're gonna have another resurgence, but my hope from that is that more people will get vaccinated because of it, and they'll trust it more that it's been 2 years, 3 years, however long. Like, it's not going away. It's not going away. And what people don't understand is that we're not done with COVID. We're not done with it. We're not going to be done with it in the next 10 years probably, because it's going to be like the flu. We're just going to keep getting vaccinated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, hopefully.
There's already new strands going around.
But the vaccine works against the other strains. So
we're hoping.
Well, it does like clinically seem to be working like that. Hopefully it won't be the type of thing where it does hang around forever. I mean, it could be like the flu in terms of like that's what happens, but we don't know yet. That's kind of just how it is.
Well, it very well could be, and I pray that more people will realize the importance of being vaccinated in like soon. And we even have friends, and not to insult them, but like, you should just get it. You should just get it. Because it's not about you. It's about everyone else.
Yeah.
It's not about you at this point. It's about every other person who you could protect.
Because it might be your choice not to if you just don't want to, but you're making a choice for somebody else by doing that.
Right.
That's kind of the difference.
Which, in our age group specifically, if we get vaccinated, what the research is showing is that there's like a 99% chance that we'll get over it quicker, that will even kill the virus in general and not spread it as easily. There's like a 99% chance. Obviously, that goes down the older you are. But in our age group specifically, I mean, imagine if all the people that we knew and all the people they knew and all the people they knew got it. We would just not have to worry about it anymore.
I mean, because we are, population-wise, a pretty decent chunk of the population. And in addition to that, we're also very active amongst just people in general. We're going places, we're doing things, we're interacting with a lot of people.
Whereas old people, they do that too, but they do it in a small circle.
I mean, it depends, because...
Yeah.
But yeah, we're the most consistently active, and
plus we're the dumbest.
That is true.
I know that sounds dumb, but we are like just brain wise, we are technically the dumbest age group, and we are gonna go out and party. We are, and COVID parties. That's a thing that happened many times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Just get vaccinated, guys.
That took a change of topic there.
Yeah, but like. I wanted to use the fact that nobody was masked to lead to that, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's just a mess. It's just, yeah. So yeah, that's our PSA for the day. For the week. Okay.
Oh, but your flight made me think of freaking my flight this one time.
Yeah?
I think it was like 5 years ago.
Oh.
Because I'd visit, family up in Calgary, Canada, like every other year. I haven't gone in a while because of COVID, but it was usually like every other year or so consistently. And I swear, I remember the one time we went about 4 or 5 years ago. It was the worst series of connections that we've ever had.
Oh, no.
We woke up at, I think, 1:30 in the morning to get to the airport for around 4. We get there. We have a connecting flight to Charlotte. Then we go from Charlotte to Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
Because there's no direct flights from Charlotte all the way to Calgary.
Okay.
So we go out to Phoenix. And by this time, it's like 10 a.m., something like that. Maybe it's 11. Our next flight isn't for, I believe, 16 hours or something like that.
Oh, so you got to sleep there.
We didn't get to sleep because it was the flight. The timing was weird. Might not have been 16. I think it was 12. It was like above 10 hours of wait time. So we got a hotel room.
Yeah.
And then from there we went to Calgary. Finally,
you didn't sleep?
No, we didn't sleep.
You had 8 hours sleep.
Well, no, but it was in the middle of the day.
Oof.
So
Okay.
we get there, we hop on
rough.
the flight at nighttime, kind of ish, because time zone stuff is weird. And we fly, and by the time we get actually to where we're staying in Calgary, we'd been awake for a solid 25 hours.
Oof, I just can't. Oof.
It was so bad. And the worst part is when you've been awake for that long, you're tired and that you want to sleep, but your body's confused because you've been awake for that long.
Well, that's when the loopy starts to kick in. Like before that, once you hit 20 hours awake,
There's something clicks.
your body's just like, I'm having fun.
Oh yeah,
now.
let's do this. Oh, it does not feel good.
I bet.
And because the worst part is you're that tired, you're annoyed, you're aggravated, and then you get like crammed onto a plane full of people.
Oh, can't even imagine.
And it was not a short flight from Arizona to Calgary. It's like a 6-hour flight, I think.
Why didn't you sleep then?
I was like watching movies.
That is fair. that is fair. I get that. That's rough. Oof. Oh man, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, that was a time. That was a time.
Yeah. That sounds like it. Did I ever say why the plane got canceled?
No.
Oh. Okay, I'll talk about that now. That was like going over my head. So we go. So it turns out that the radar was down, so no planes could land.
That's not a good
or leave.
That makes sense.
For 3 hours.
Yikes.
And once we hit 3 hours, it was like 10 o'clock. So the planes couldn't just leave. So the whole thing was just
because that ruins
kaputs.
The schedule of things and stuff.
Yeah, so it was just kaputs. And it was like, oh yeah. We didn't know what happened until we went in and got our rental car. And he was like, oh, did you hear about the radar? Is that why you're here? And he was like, we were like, what? No. He was like, yeah, this happened. We were like, wow, that sucks. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being in the air for 3 hours? More than what you were already going to be on?
Well, I'm sure they didn't keep them in the air. I'm sure that they had them land at an alternative location.
I hope so.
Because, well,
just circling?
I don't think that's safe. Like, just...
You just had like 10 planes circling in the air.
Yeah, because like, if the radar is down, that doesn't seem safe.
Yeah, they must have taken them somewhere else.
They had to have.
And been like, we're going to wait here for a while, and you're going to deal with it.
Or they probably like gave him a refund or something, and you're like, you're getting off here. Sorry. We don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it was rough. But yeah, that was day 1, by the way.
Day 1.
So there were 2 days that we were there. The second day was cool. We got up and we went to like a local, what's the word? Diner.
Okay.
For like breakfast.
Yep.
Really good. Big breakfast again. 2 pancakes, 2 eggs, hash browns. Mm-hmm. Bam. Really good. I gotta say, really good. I guess we were there for 3 days. We left on Thursday, so
yeah.
After that, we went back to the room for a while, but then we drove to Canton, and we went to the Football Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty cool too. I wasn't expecting it to be something that I would be interested in as much. I was mostly just like, Father's Day coming up, I get to hang out with my dad. Let's go. But I actually enjoyed it. There were actually some really cool stuff there.
Oh yeah, because I'm assuming you get to hear some of like the biggest things that people have done, and it's insane.
Yeah, it was really cool to just like. It's also interesting because you can get nominated, I think, a certain amount of years after you retire, and they have busts of people.
Oh yeah.
So like it's like from here up, and it's really cool just like to see all these like copper busts. But also they talked about the history of the NFL, the fact that there were, I didn't know this, but in the past there were tons of leagues that kept trying to beat the NFL, like take NFL, over, and eventually they would merge and the NFL would take over. It was weird, but it was cool. And then like talked about the first Super Bowls. It was just really cool, actually. They had like a video about like funny stuff that the players talked about, like that said like during the games, because they're just sitting there on the sidelines doing nothing. So it's just funny to see them just faffing around and talking. It was great. And then after that, we basically just went back. We went to, so the place where we stayed at was connected to a thing called an arcade, which I didn't know.
Called an arcade.
Yeah, but their arcades are like malls here.
Oh, I was confused why you said called an arcade. And
yeah, because they're like kind of like shopping districts, but they're called arcades there.
Interesting.
I didn't know this, obviously, until I went.
Oh wow, that sounds like a big arcade. I don't know.
I was like, what is Hyatt Regency at the arcade? What does that mean? Is there gonna be an arcade there? Like what? I was like, yeah, cool video game.
Arcade.
No. But there was a pizza place which we tried, but we got burgers from, which was cool. They were really good burgers. I got a black bean burger and it had caramelized onions on it. With feta cheese, like feta goat cheese. It was so good.
Making me hungry.
It was so good. I'm already hungry. It was so good. But yeah, that was cool. And then after that, we found a cupcake place.
Cupcake place.
Yeah,
okay.
Like they sold cupcakes, cookies, brownies.
That's like a bakery.
Yeah, but it had a giant cupcake on the storefront.
Oh, you see, my friend, that's what I call a cakery.
It was cool. We go in there, and there's this girl in there, and I don't know how old she was. It doesn't matter. But she actually got us to buy 6 cupcakes between the two of us, and this is her second to last day. And we were like, what are we going to do with this?
Oh, my God. She's a genius.
Yeah, she was
barter
really good
skill
talker.
100. Oh my god.
She was a really good talker. We were like, yeah, we're gonna buy 2, and she was like, yeah, but like if you get 6, like she was like telling us all the options. She was like, you can get 1 for this, and
you gotta try all the different types.
She was like,
right?
6 for this and 12 for this, and she was like, yeah, well, we were like, yeah, I think we're gonna get 2 probably, and she was like, well, if you get the 6, you get 1 for free, and if you get the 12, you get 2 for free.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
And we were like, I don't know. That's pretty good. And we were like, I really don't know if we can eat this by ourselves. And we were like, okay, we'll pick that one and that one. And she was like, now only 4 more. And I was like, oh, okay. We finally gave in. We only ate 4 that trip. We ate 2 that day, 2 the next day, and we tried to put them in these containers that they sold, but they ended up moving so much in the suitcase that literally was just frosting everywhere. And it's like buttercream frosting, so it's like the good frosting.
Oh.
But that's okay. We'll just eat it with a fork. But yeah, it was actually really good. I had a Fruity Pebble cupcake.
It sounds
I also had
really good.
Animal cracker cupcake.
That sounds less good.
The opposite. The animal cracker was better because there was it was buttercream, it was vanilla with sprinkles in it. Right, with buttercream frosting on top, with sprinkles on it.
With a lot of sprinkles.
With a animal cracker on top.
Just one animal cracker?
Yeah, one.
Oh, so it was flavored, not like with animal crackers on top sprinkled.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
interesting.
That one was the second one that I ate on Thursday, or I guess yesterday for us. But the problem with the Fruity Pebble one, even the cupcake was Fruity Pebble flavored.
Oh.
Which was cool. And there were Fruity Pebbles on top of the frosting. The problem was that they were kind of stale and soggy.
Oh, so they like had some give to them instead of being crunchy?
Yeah. And
you can't do that with cereal. You can't do that.
And it's just like, because they've been sitting out all day, and like I understand, but it's like,
once you get chewy cereal,
you know
it's not good.
It was just okay. It was good. I liked it, but it was like I would rather just get another one.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool. I don't remember the name though. It was on the same street as where we were staying though, so it was cool. But yeah, that was basically our trip. In the next morning, we because Kansas's an hour away. I didn't say that. So it was 2 hours there and back, plus like 2 or 3 hours. I think it was 2 hours at the Hall of Fame. So it was like 5 hours of her day was already gone, something like that. So we just chilled the rest of the day. And then the next day we actually had breakfast at the hotel. And it was actually the worst breakfast that we had the whole trip. And I'm not saying it was bad. It just was the worst, which isn't the same thing.
Hotel breakfasts normally aren't bad, but they're a toss-up on how good they're going to be.
It's funny because there was a coffee place there too.
Like
I know
within
I'm really
the hotel?
selling this for other people. There was like another business. So it was connected to the arcade, which was connected to the hotel.
Yeah.
So that included the pizza place. There was an ice cream place that we didn't get to go to. There was a coffee place. There were a few other places. There was a spa there for some reason.
Hey,
we didn't go there.
I mean, right next to a hotel, that they make bank.
Yeah, for sure. But my dad went to the coffee place in the morning while I was asleep, and because I don't like coffee, so he figured. And he said that it was not good, even though it was one of those like coffee places that usually like when you find a local coffee shop, they're like good.
Oh, yeah.
According to him, this is all what he said. I wouldn't know, but he said it actually wasn't that good. And then he had coffee with breakfast, and he said that the sausage and the coffee were not that good. He still had it, but he just said it wasn't that good. And I was like, that sucks. The pancakes, I liked the pancakes and the hash browns were good. I didn't get eggs though, because they came with 4 pancakes instead of like 2. So it was like, I'm not gonna get pancakes, eggs, and hash browns when you have 4 pancakes. Like
that's a lot of food.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah. So that was the worst breakfast that we had, but that doesn't mean it was horrible. Just means it was the worst. Which is funny because I would have suspected Denny's had the worst. But
okay,
no.
Denny's is surprisingly consistent and surprisingly tasty.
I've only eaten at Denny's once, and that was the trip.
It's you see, when you go to Denny's, you know what you're gonna get. It's not the best, but it's mediocre good.
Yeah.
And it always is.
Yeah. I believe that.
Dude, Denny's though, like every time I go to a Denny's, it's like I'm gonna get something to eat. And like I might not feel amazing afterwards, but I'm gonna feel satisfied.
Yeah.
Like it's like, okay, yeah.
And it was really good. The eggs were like that, like the like diner eggs that you would expect, which I actually really like. Some people don't like how the scramble is like more
fluffy.
I guess airy, yeah, and fluffy. I love it though.
Yeah.
I love it though.
It's like eating a cloud.
Yeah,
So good.
it's really good. So, yeah, I actually would recommend Denny's, but wear a mask.
Yeah, Denny's for me is a solid 4 out of 5.
Oh, would you say Waffle House is better than Denny's?
I mean, you've been to Waffle House, right?
Of course I have. There's one right there.
I mean, I know, but like Waffle House, I don't think fits on the star scale because it's
What?
Waffle House.
Waffle House, it totally is. It's great. The food is great.
The food is good. The service is
hilarious.
It depends on the place you're going to.
But that's what makes it good because it's such a redneck place. We just knocked over water bottles. It's such a redneck place that it's hilarious.
It is the South. The Waffle House
really
is the
is.
South. The staff perfectly mirror what Southern people are.
True.
It's Southern
Okay,
culture
then how about
in a
this?
restaurant.
Would you say IHOP or Denny's is better?
Oh, Denny's.
Yeah?
IHOP, I've had some bad experiences at
Really?
IHOP, yeah.
I'm giving it to you because I have been, I think, to IHOP like twice and Denny's once. So...
Because usually IHOP food is pretty okay, but I think I had like some stuff in my milk the one time I went, and then I had something in my pancake another time.
What the frick?
Yeah.
I should go to IHOP more, and just so I can like see which one's better. But we don't have a Denny's down here.
We have Denny's.
Do we?
Out in off of what is that, 15501 or is that 85?
You're gonna see me at the Denny's. I'm not actually gonna go to Denny's that often. Oh man, I don't know. It's just
Olive Garden though. Denny's is the breakfast of Olive Garden of breakfast.
This is gonna be sad, but I've only been to Olive Garden once.
Olive Garden,
and even
is
then,
the multi-tool of restaurants.
Even then, I don't remember it at all.
Olive Garden has everything you need in a restaurant. It can be fancy or casual. You can have you can have literally a lot of different types of food, and it's good. But most of all, the pièce de la résistance, the breadsticks.
That's fair.
I mean, can you say no to an Olive Garden breadstick?
No, I can't.
Exactly. It's physically impossible.
I guess I can. I don't know.
No,
Probably not.
You cannot say no to an Olive Garden breadstick.
Hey, I don't know because I'm only eating there once. You got to take me to Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. They have like an unlimited pasta pass.
I know about this. You got to take me there.
Dude, I'm going to buy you the unlimited pasta pass.
Okay. 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 We got to go there sometime. You'll see us at the Olive Garden.
Olive Garden for life.
If you see us at the Olive Garden, say hey.
Also, can you lend me $5?
Yeah, we're kind of poor.
What?
I don't know. Don't actually lend him $5. He's never going to return it.
I'm just lending money permanently. Is there a problem
That's
with
my
that?
thing. You can't steal my thing where I say, hey, can I borrow that permanently? You can't say that.
I said it first, actually.
No.
I did.
This is random to end things off, but we have like 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
I've joined a Minecraft server with some friends, and sometimes I'll just be like, hey, you got any coal that I can borrow like permanently? And they'll just be like, huh? Huh?
I mean,
at this point they're used to it, but like I remember the first time I said it, everybody was like, are you okay? Because like you can't borrow something. Yeah.
It's a consumable.
I was like, yeah, I just need it for like ever. It's like I'm not gonna return it. I just need it forever. Like, so yeah, that was good.
Bro moment.
All right, well, I think
we have enough.
We gotta
I think, yeah.
end it now.
We didn't really talk about Father's Day, so that's cool.
we talked about
just Cleveland
Nick's
trip,
whatever
yeah.
we said at the beginning.
Oh.
Cleveland trip is gonna be the title. Happy Father's Day though.
Yep, Sunday.
For those of you who are fathers.
Okay. Or just Happy Father's Day in general, I think is...
Happy Father's Day to all and good night. Is that the saying?
I'm pretty sure that's
Christmas.
Yeah.
That was weird. Yeah.
Just happy Father's Day. Eat at Denny's. Not sponsored yet.
Yeah, Denny's, please.
We'll check in on that.
Yeah.
Family friendly
if
channel.
We ever get hit up by Denny's. Oh man. Yeah. Happy Father's Day, and we'll see you all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.